Okay, let's talk about it. So, a couple weeks ago now, feeling nostalgic and reminiscing about my childhood, I decided to make a video ranking a few of my top 10 favorite DComs. And though I had so much fun making it, that video kind of like brought to the surface a few movies I had erased from my memory, either because they were so awful, cringy as fuck, or just left me underwhelmed by being absolutely mediocre. So I decided for this week's video, I'm gonna make a list ranking 10 of a few Disney movies that left me feeling just underwhelmed. Now, again, don't fight me in the comments. Oh, you can actually, again, it's up to you. To make things clear, I'll be ranking it from 10 being not actually that bad to 1 being what even was that.
My little sister's free.
If it's so easy, you do it.
Come on with the come on.
Fine. Keisha, Shauna, let's do this.
I'm just gonna jump straight into the list. You get it? Jump in. At number 10, we have Jump In. Now, before you start booing me or even turn the video off, just hear me out, okay? I'm not saying it was a bad movie per se. I'm just saying it left me a bit underwhelmed. Like, I genuinely get the hype. It's fun and all. And I'll admit, I got goosebumps watching the final scene. Like, the choreography served. But for me, all in all, it wasn't really anything special. And like, I don't really remember it that often. To recap, Jump In stars Corbin Blue as Izzy Daniels, a boxer who dreams of following in his dad's footsteps by winning the Golden Glove. But when his friend Mary, played by the amazing Keke Palmer, asks him to substitute for a team member in a double dutch competition, Izzy discovers his new love for the sport. At the same time, he discovers true love in Mary, and he deals with the conflicts between him and his father about boxing. Unlike some of the sport-centric DComs, Jump In is a lot more fun to watch, especially as watching competitive double dutch is actually mesmerizing. Like, the choreography is fun. It kind of reminded me of what's that movie called? Bring It On. It reminded me of Bring It On, and I love those movies. It also helped that both Corbin and Keke did most of their own stunts for the double dutch. But yeah, it's a fun movie, and unlike the others on this list, the performance and the filmmaking is actually really good. But like I said, just a bit underwhelming for me. Like, it wasn't memorable enough to make my ranking of top 10, so I just wanted to give some likes and respect here.
I hate you! I wish you and Dad had never even met!
Now, number 9 is another don't boo me moment, but I'm gonna have to give it to Wizard of Waverly Place. I'll be honest, the show itself didn't exactly grip me from the start. It took me a minute to get into it, but when I did, I really enjoyed the show. Like, Selena Gomez as Alex Russo, A1. Her acting, her comedic timing, beautiful, very well done. So by the time the movie was announced, I was pretty excited. And when I watched it, I don't know, I was just underwhelmed. I'm not sure what I was expecting, but I thought it'd be better than what it was. The special effects good, the acting good, everything looks great, and the story wasn't bad. I don't know, I just was, underwhelmed. I did enjoy the depiction of the strained relationship between mother and daughter, because it's something that most teenage girls can relate to, so that was enjoying for me. And I don't know what I could say they could have done to make it better per se. I just know underwhelmed. But to give you a bit of the plot, it follows Alex Russo, a teen wizard who's forced to go on a family vacation by her parents, Marina and Jerry. While on vacation, a frustrated Alex wishes that her parents had never even met. And when Alex's wish comes true, her parents lose their memories of the family and their marriage. Her and her brothers, Justin and Max, realize that they will cease to exist unless they can undo the spell. While Max babysits their fighting parents, who don't seem to be hitting it off, Alex and Justin set off on a quest for a magical stone that pits the siblings against each other, basically the wizards' competition. While the storyline is a bit predictable, the acting, similar to the series, did a great job, and the special effects were surprisingly decent. In those aspects, the film works for me. Like, she did not need to eat this scene the way she did.
Please, you can't leave me here. Please remember. I'm Alex. I'm your little sister. I taunt you and I tease you and I make your life miserable, but you love me anyway. You're everything that I've ever wanted to be. I'm jealous of how smart you are and how kind and how nice. Please don't leave me here.
But like I said, I can't tell you what would have made it better for me per se, but it was just a bit underwhelming. Another side note though, but why did she put this ugly, huge, meteor-sized rock on her neck? Like, girl, be fucking for real. But yeah, all in all, like a fun movie, just underwhelming. Doesn't have much replay value to me. I want to note though that the original music, especially this last song, did hook me as well. It was a bop.
Excuse me. 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 What?
At number 8, we have Teen Beach Movie. I'll be real, I watched this movie from start to finish when it premiered, and it wasn't really what I expected. In fairness, I wasn't really a fan of Ross Lynch, just because I didn't like Austin and Ali. I thought it was a terrible show. Didn't fuck with it at all. But I liked the actress who played Mackenzie from the Fosters. And you know, it being a musical on Disney Channel, I thought I'd give it a chance. And I could not believe what I was watching. Like, this was the final draft of the film. Like, they were being serious. Like, imagine my surprise when I came online and saw that people actually really genuinely liked the movie. I was like, am I missing something? Like, maybe I was too old when it came out and I had, like, too high expectations because it wasn't hitting the way it was supposed to at all. I don't know, man. This wasn't for me. But to summarize, in terms of the plot, Teen Beach Movie centers two teen surfers, Brady and Mackenzie, who are magically transported into the 1960s beach movie where they must try and blend in until they find their way out. They soon discover that there is an intense rivalry between the local surfers and bikers, and things don't go according to plan when the modern day duo accidentally change the plot of the movie with their actions. And now the two lead characters fall for them instead of each other. As everyone around them starts singing and dancing, and a fight between the bikers and surfers break out, Brady and Mac must attempt to get out of the movie and get back to the present day. I think for me, it was all a bit too childish. The acting wasn't all the way there for me, and the songs just didn't hit. I can see it being a cute, fun movie if I was younger. But yeah, like I said, I think I was just a bit too old when it came out. So, yeah.
No, stop! I do not know any of you people. I want to speak with Major Mason. I only trust Major Mason.
At number 7, we have Princess Protection Program. I don't know, it's a weird one. The first time I watched it, I didn't think it was that bad. But then rewatching it, it kind of has like a slow, sad, depressing vibe about it. Like, I loved Demi Lovato and Selena Gomez separately, and seeing them together in this movie was exciting to watch. I don't know, there's just something sad and unhappy about it. Like, when you hear in the background and I'm doing reruns, you don't feel quite happy. I can't explain it. But all in all, it's not a terrible movie. Like, the plot, I think, is good. It has some elements that suggest that it was very lazily made or low budget. Like, they didn't really care about the quality overall. But yeah, the plot was interesting. The actresses did their thing. Not a terrible movie. Just left me underwhelmed. The plot follows Demi Lovato as Princess Rosalinda from an off-brand Genova who has to go in hiding when her country is taken over by a coup, with the family of American tomboy Carter, played by Selena Gomez, in her Louisiana swamp home. This is thanks to the super-secret spy agency that gives princesses makeovers to keep their identities safe when they're in danger. In an unexpected role reversal, Rosie, Rosalinda, must learn how to be an everyday girl, while Carter finds her inner princess. Once they discover what they have in common, they become really good friends. Yeah, like I said, it just felt lazy and predictable, and I don't know, just not the vibe. The only thing it had going for it is that Selena and Demi were the leads. Other than that, yeah.
Sit!
At number 6, we have Zapped. This one, girl, I don't know. This is where you can tell like the decline of Disney movies has just gone spiraling down. The only thing it has going for it is Zendaya, but other than that, girl, I couldn't tell you. The plot, to summarize, Zoe, played by Zendaya, messes up with her phone and realizes that one of the apps can make boys and men obey her like dogs. Tempting as it is, it comes at a price. Now the movie falls into this stereotypical boys are like this, girls are like this trap. And it's just ridiculous. I don't know. Is this like what they're giving kids to watch these days? Terrible. Bad vibes. There's also something in there with a dance coach and a rivalry with dancing and a love interest, but there's really nothing to write home about. I literally have nothing else to say other than disappointing and very underwhelming. They're lucky they have the Zendaya in it, and that's literally it. But let me add, that final dance routine and the final song slaps. They did their thing, and Zendaya, of course, the music star that Disney Channel needed at the moment. She needs to go back to singing because she did her thing with that last song. But just a fun song. At number 5, Hatching Pete. This one stars one of the lesser known stars of Hannah Montana, sorry Mitchell Musso, and features the tagline "Cock-a-doodle." I'll be real, it's not terrible. It's kind of fun and cheeky, but again, very underwhelming. It's not disappointing, just underwhelming. The story follows Pete as he's begged by his best friend Paul to stand in as the high school mascot, the chicken. Pete agrees to do this as long as his identity remains unknown, as Paul is allergic to chicken soup but feels like he cannot quit the mascot due to it being his family legacy, and is ready to agree to keep the secret. When Pete takes on the role, he transforms into something else, and the chicken becomes a celebrity, except no one knows Pete is the chicken. With everyone anxious to find out who the chicken's true identity is, Pete must decide if it's finally time to admit that he's the man behind the beak. I don't mean to say much else, guys. Yeah. But if I'm being honest, it's actually not that bad. It's pretty heartwarming, and it has a cute message. You just need to take away all the chicken puns and chickenness out of it. But all in all, it's not a terrible movie. It's just, it's one of them ones.
Sure, whatever.
So, you thought this trip would be different, huh? You are thick.
It already is different. As soon as he's done in there.
You mean, as soon as he's done with me?
Number 4 stars another Hannah Montana star, Emily Osment, in Dad-Napped. She plays 40-year-old Melissa, who could use some attention from her dad Neil, as he's a best-selling author who seems to spend most of his time creating exciting missions for his character, an imaginary son teen spy, Trip Zoom. A father-daughter vacation gets off to a rocky start when Neil tells Melissa that their vacation to the Grand Canyon will include a quick stop at a promotional event for his new Zoom book. What is supposed to be a quick detour ends up becoming a rescue mission after Neil is dad-napped by overzealous kid fans and then by 2 creepy brothers who might be dangerous. Now it's up to Melissa to tap into her inner Zoom and find the courage and know how to save her dad. I don't really have any strong opinions about this movie. It's just, again, underwhelming. Like, the plot is alright, but it's the tone of the film. I think what I'm realizing as I'm writing this video, that the tone of the film tends to be quite boring. It just feels lazy. Everything just feels lazy, and the tone is just off and boring. Sorry.
Sharpay Evans, actress, heiress, soon-to-be Broadway legend.
Wait.
About 105, but it's really not polite to ask.
Unfortunately, at number 3, I have to say Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure. You guys don't understand how disappointing this movie was to me. Like, you take Sharpay, the iconic Sharpay from High School Musical, you give her a movie, and then you give the movie to a dog. Yeah, the dog's cute and all, but are we being serious? Like Sharpay? Like, how do you screw up a Sharpay movie so royally? Where's that bitchy, feisty girl? No, I'm sorry, disappointing. So to go over the plot, it's basically a spin-off from the High School Musical trilogy that we all know. Sharpay Evans, played by the one and only Ashley Tisdale, gets scouted by an agent to audition for Broadway, but when she moves to New York, she discovers that the audition was actually for her dog. During the course of the movie, as her dog Boy auditions for the musical, he falls in love with a rival dog named Countess. Academy Awards nominee, I know, right? Austin Butler is also in this movie, who plays an NYU student that follows her around with the camera. I don't know what... No, yeah, I do know. The plot was terrible. The acting...
It would have worked so much better as a musical with genuinely good songs, like the one musical number they give us at the start of the movie. Terrible. It could have been saved with some fun songs and some nice to see musical numbers. Like, I'm just listening again, and those songs were not just it, like, at all.
And just the way, like, this is not the Sharpay we know and love from High School Musical. It's just so disappointing. Not even underwhelming, disappointing. I just can't believe they ruined a High School Musical spin-off like this. How do you ruin Sharpay? I just don't get it. But yeah, could have been better. Could have been way better.
When I'm 16, people will stop treating me like a kid.
At number 2, I'm gonna give it to 16 Candles. Yeah. What a disappointing movie. Again, I can't explain what it is, because the plot in theory is not that bad. It's just the tone of the movie. When you watch it, you don't feel excited or happy. You just feel, I can't explain what it is about 16 Wishes, because I rewatched it and it's not a terrible movie. Don't get me wrong. It's just so underwhelming, especially starring Debbie Ryan, who was Disney Channel's it girl at this point. I don't know what about it would have made it better, but it just left me very underwhelmed. And yeah. Basically, 16 Wishes follows Debbie Ryan as Abby Jensen, who has been dreaming about turning sweet 16 since she was a little girl. And when the big day comes, it's anything but sweet. When a mysterious box of magical birthday candles arrive, Abby suddenly finds that every wish on her list is granted. Instantly, she gets a cherry red sports car, cool clothes, popularity at school. But when Abby makes a wish that turns her new perfect life upside down, her and her best friend Jay have one chance to make it right and to learn that you have to care for what you wish for.
I will give the movie props though for letting kids know from jump that being an adult is not all it's cracked up to be at all. Enjoy your youth.
With the help of her best friend Jay, Abby can finally get her life back and enjoy the last few years of adolescence. Like, see what I mean? In theory, it shouldn't be a terrible movie. Like, I like the idea of the plot. It's just a sad, underwhelming film.
I'm Radio Rebel!
No, I'm Radio Rebel.
No, I'm Radio Rebel! No, I'm Radio Rebel! No, I'm Radio Rebel!
And firmly at number 1, it has to be the fever dream that was Radio Rebel. What even what even was that? Like, can someone in the comments explain to me what that was? Because I honestly couldn't tell you. Again, the plot doesn't sound terrible objectively, but the final product was just... what? So the plot of Radio Rebel follows painfully shy high school student Tara, also played by Debbie Ryan, as Radio Rebel, an anonymous local celebrity podcaster. Like, this was ahead of its time, first of all. When Tara puts on a headset, she goes from being this shy and awkward teen to becoming a confident, inspiring, anonymous voice for the locals. When her stepfather and the owner and producer of Slam Radio finds out that Tara is Radio Rebel, he moves her from a bedroom into the studio for live shows for Slam, the radio station. Everything is going according to plan until the principal, whose only goal seems to destroy others, cancels the prom night and all the students blame Radio Rebel. Again, it is a fever dream and I don't know how or who approved this, but yeah, disappointing. Not even disappointing, it's just like you watch it in like amusement, like what is this? But yeah, if you guys liked it, fair enough. But yeah guys, that is my top 10 DCOMs that left me quite underwhelmed. I really couldn't give you guys a clear or strong arguments for why they left me underwhelmed. Just the vibe of the film, I don't know, it just wasn't it for me, and I couldn't tell you what they could have done to make it better, because most of them had strong plots, but all in all, the execution just wasn't hitting, I guess. Let me know in the comments if you agreed or you disagree with my list, or if you think I missed out some. It would be great to know. And yeah, I don't really have much to say for this outro, but I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to leave a comment, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you're notified for when I drop new videos. Well, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!